Asato Ma Gamaya Tomaso Ma Gamaya Amrit Yoma Amritam Gamaya Asato Ma Gamaya Tomaso Ma Gamaya Mrit Yoma Amritam Gamaya Asato Ma Gamaya Tomaso Ma Gamaya Mrit Yoma Amritam Gamaya Asato Ma Gamaya Tomaso Ma Gamaya Mrit Yoma Amritam Gamaya Asato Ma Gamaya Tomaso Ma Gamaya Mrit Yoma Amritam Gamaya Asato Ma Gamaya Tomaso Ma Gamaya Mrit Yoma Amritam Gamaya Asato Ma Gamaya Tomaso Ma Gamaya Mrit Yoma Amritam Gamaya Asato Ma Gamaya Tomaso Ma Gamaya Mrit Yoma Amritam Gamaya Asato Ma Gamaya Tomaso Ma Gamaya Mrit Yoma Amritam Gamaya Asato Ma Gamaya Tomaso Ma Gamaya Mrit Yoma Amritam Gamaya.
Hello, hello. All right, I'm unmuting all of you. It is Tuesday night and you're all on with me. So you get to squirm right along. So just to name the few friends that have been called to this space with me today, we have Alicia, and Rachel and Tara.
Hello.
Say hi.
Hi.
Hi. I called you all in and you showed up. Like, what?
Yes.
So
Well,
cool.
I saw it at the last minute. I didn't see it until later, and then I was literally sitting in the bath going through Facebook, and I thought, oh my gosh. I'm like, wait, I'm going to get out of the bath. Hang on.
Of course you came here from a bath. Like, is there anything I would love more than that?
Yeah, right.
So good. Yeah, it was funny because this morning I woke up and I'm like, I don't feel super great. I think I'm tired. I don't know. I don't know if we should even do it. And then I'm like, you said this last week. You said you wanted people to join. You have to show up. I'm like, well, I don't know. I don't know if anyone will even show up. And then in my meditation, I was like, oh, I have to put a post on Facebook, don't I? Like, I should really market that I'm actually like doing this because I haven't done that in months. So here we are. That's it. I've showed up. The rest is up to you guys. I don't know what you're gonna talk about, but I'm here. Where should we start?
I have a question.
Uh-oh.
It's
That's
Alicia.
Alicia.
Yeah. I would love for us to talk about time and the illusion of time.
That's so funny. That was what I thought right before I meditated. Getting in here, I'm like, I bet we're going to talk about time. I'm like, really? We're going right to time?
Yeah.
Who's first? Go for it.
Well, I'm curious what I hear a lot of people talk about, like timelines and like different timelines happening, and I don't really know what I think about all that. I like have my own experiences, but I'm curious. I'd love to hear maybe from Tara and Rachel and you about how your experience of so-called timelines or what that means.
Ladies?
This is Rachel. I'll share a little. I feel like I don't have a singular experience. I feel it in multiple different ways. You know, sometimes it's things that I will see out as trajectories of and multiple. It's almost like a spectrum of possible trajectories that I see that are beyond, or they're so far out or beyond what maybe people would say is possible or whatever. But I also really experience it in a tangible way as that there are, it's like there's multiple things being sort of woven together in right now, that we're not living in one timeline in right now. Like there's a way to sort of tune into different versions of them, and see how they're all true and they're all simultaneously happening.
Awesome.
That's my answer. That's all I got.
That's the abbreviated version because we've had lots of conversations about time and dimensions.
Yeah.
Tara, what do you want to add in, if you want to?
Phew. This is a loaded question. And I'm shaking because I have a lot of fear about speaking my, so this is stuff I'm going through. But I see energetically as I walk through my day, can sense energetically dimensions based on emotions. So I feel that time is intertwined in our own consciousness, as well as we have different aspects and different fragments, and each one sits in a space. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of, and it depends on where our consciousness lies as to what dimension or timeline we are walking in. I am like literally shaking. So here we go. As my first experience, and not to like drag on, but my first experience that this started showing up was about 2011, 2011, right around there. I just had this, as I was meditating, and this is when I really first started getting serious about meditation, and I had these experiences where information was given to me just like unknowing. All of a sudden, I knew that there were dimensions and timelines. And there was a day that I was buying pizza for everybody in my family, and I didn't really have the money to buy at that time. I didn't have a whole lot of money to buy for my whole family, but I really wanted to do this, and I thought, oh God, please, I want to do this. I'll just put it on a credit card, or I'll figure out a way to, pay for this. And I was walking through the laundry room. I opened the drawer, and there was cash sitting there, and it was one of my kids that he put his birthday money in there. And I thought, you know what? I'm just going to borrow this, and then I'm going to replace it, in a few weeks. So I grabbed the cash, and I was feeling like, okay, I'm not going to worry about this. I go into the pick up the pizza, and as I walked in, the lady said to me, she says, "Oh, hi," as if she knew me. I didn't know her, and I said, "Hi." She goes, "Oh, your pizza will be right up." And I was thinking, well, how does she even know my name? Because this is a very busy place, Illuminati's in the suburbs of Chicago. So, and I'm thinking, how does she know who I am? And then she comes out, and there's my pizzas. And then I said, "Thank you." And then I handed her the cash, and she said, "You already paid." And I said, "What?" I go, I didn't pay. And she goes, "Yeah, you were just in here and you paid."
Oh, chills.
And I said, "No." I said, "I'm telling you." She goes, I said, "Well, can you show, whoever paid?" I go, "Can you show me how it was paid?" And she said, so she looks through the receipts. She goes, "You paid with cash." And I said, I have cash in my hand. I go, "And I didn't pay." I said, "Here's my phone number." I said, "If somebody, comes in," and she goes, "I'm telling you," she goes, "This is weird because you were just here."
Oh my God.
Wow.
That's so amazing. My whole body has chills. Seriously, Tara. Like, my whole body has chills.
So it was that moment that my guides came in and said, this is a snippet of what you're going to be learning. So yeah, that was kind of my beginning of this understanding of dimensions. It's all layered. It's like it's happening in the now, and it's like layered through these grids. And as we so each aspect that we are moving through in our own selves is connected to a timeline. And as we move through that, aspect and move it into a higher vibration, then it unites into the next, into that dimensional grid. That's how I see it, today.
Amazing. Rachel, did you want to add to that?
I'm just feeling all of it. Yeah, no,
Tara
was...
already, even though you haven't met her. Right?
Yeah, that resonates really deeply with me for sure. And I don't know that I have anything to add to it right now, but just feeling it.
Mm-hmm. Well, do you want me to share a nugget?
Yes.
It's so perfect, of course. Like, this is how things always work. The book that I am working on is almost complete, and it's a series of 14 different stories, and each of the stories is from a member of my soul tribe, the tribe, like I always do back here, that's out in the universe. Each of the stories anchors in an energy vortex here in Earth, in Gaia, within the atmosphere or just outside of the atmosphere. It like anchors in an energy. And so each of the stories are the soul of that member of my soul tribe literally channeling the story to me, and then me transcribing it and putting it into this collection in this book. And the one today was that I was working on in the editing. It was talking about time, of course, and it said one of the soul member of my soul tribe. I need to figure out how to say all this because I'm going to be talking about this book a lot. So I'm practicing here with you guys. But the person in the soul tribe was saying through me, time is a way that we play here within Gaia, within Earth. And as soon as we leave the atmosphere of Earth, we return back to the law of the universe, which is no time. And no time is this infinite simultaneous loop where everything is just constantly moving through a continuum, and there's not one linear movement. It's always folding and moving and creating. And the only moment that is real is now, this precise moment in which we exist. It was beautifully said, and I can't wait for you guys to read it. But that was the message. It was, time is only experienced here in our atmosphere of Earth in the way that we understand it. As soon as you leave the planet, it is. There's no time. So we are so attached to how it looks here and how it has to be and how we have to fit everything in. And what I believe is happening when you describe that story, Tara, is, time is our understanding of time, the way that we perceive time is starting to shift even here on Earth. That that people are not experiencing it in the same way. Everyone's describing it as time speeds up. There isn't enough time. We're running out of time. We're getting to the end of time. To me, it feels like it's almost the opposite. It's like there's more time than there's ever been because we're so present here in this moment that time just dissolves. It doesn't.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you want to add to that?
I don't.
Come on. Come on. Add a little something on that.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's interesting because my I'll just ramble for one quick second. My body is normally super in alignment with my mind and my spirit. Like I have a ton of energy, and I usually can go all day, and then I crash and I sleep all night. And like I have a really healthy relationship with my body. And today when I woke up, I was sniffling and headachy, and I could just feel like there's so much moving through with this book and the stories and moving between the understanding of no time and trying to translate that and share it in this physical reality where I still have to make food and get up and get my son to school and make sure the dog goes outside and like, oh, it's just like, how do we bridge that crazy difference, the dramatic difference? And I feel like lots more people are going to be walking that journey, that path of moving into some sort of either time warp or time dimension, like you described, Tara, and then coming back and trying to make sense of how that fits into their everyday life. And there's a great song by Moody Blues called Stepping in the Time Zone, Slipping in a Time Zone. I don't know if you guys know that song, but he describes that I was walking along and then all of a sudden, I'm in another place. And I come back. That's what I've been navigating this week, and it's hard on the human body to move like that. So trying to figure it out. I need more celery juice. All right, Alicia,
I've been drinking that every day.
What'd you say?
I said I've been drinking the celery every day.
Drinking the celery, man. Screw the Kool-Aid. We're drinking the celery.
Okay.
All right, Alicia, time, darling.
I'm just enjoying this play. I I just think it's really funny. I was journaling this morning about time and how it's not linear, and that's what you were working on in your book today.
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
Yeah, it is hard on the body. As I was out in Cincinnati for 11/11, and I've kind of had a cold for almost 2 weeks since then. And today I came home from teaching, and I literally like passed out for like 2 hours as if I had been running a marathon. So I think I'm definitely, and I'm having a lot of, as you know, Mercury's in retrograde right now. And I'm having a lot of personal reflection in my life, kind of cycles in my life. And I was sharing with Viv earlier today, this cycle I became aware of that started 27 years ago in my own personal life. So that's a 9. And so it's just like having awareness. And I've always done this in my life. And I just thought I was like kind of crazy, or like I'm an artist. Cause you know, like when you're an artist or a writer or a songwriter, you're always like looking for these connections. But now I can feel when the connections, when I'm feeling them in my body versus like intellectualizing them, you know, when they arise, when an awareness arises from meditation. Or I mean, I have yet to have as cool an experience as Tara, where my pizza is paid for, but you know, hope springs eternal.
That's so cool.
I think I need Tara to like fly to New York when I record my record. So like suddenly the musicians are like, "Oh, you paid us." And I'm like, "Yeah, I did." Tara popped in on a different timeline and wrote you some checks. I kind of like that. But I would say too that music. I think music is a manifested vibration that helps us as humans both experience and process the timeline thing. And I think people are using music all the time to navigate through this. Like you mentioned, that blues song, or like you can hear a song from, 30 years ago, and suddenly you hear it, like you hear the words, and you were like, oh my God, this happens to me. I'm like, oh my God, that songwriter was writing about what I just experienced. And now I'm listening to that song and I'm feeling like I'm not alone in my experience. So like the creative arts to me are so crucial, whether it's visual art or music or theater, for humans to go through this time right now. And because of these timeline shifts. And so, it just keeps showing me that we have all this technology, and the technology is amazing because like we can do this right now. But the physical expression and being together as humans, making music, making art, being creative together in community is like a crucial piece to us moving through this evolution and bringing as many people along as possible, like with wellness. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, very much. There was a moment when you were in town, Alicia. There's a friend of yours who's, I mean, just how things work, right? Someone introduced someone, and then this music showed up, and it was your friend Rachel Bissex. And she has the song White Light. And I remember the first time I heard it, I was like, what is this song? Like, this song is speaking to me. And I could just feel her energy. She has transitioned. She's no longer alive. And I could just feel her presence in that song. And when you were here and we were preparing for the sound healing on 11/11 that morning, I remember just knowing, like, I have to listen to her song before we get together and begin this healing process. Like, I have to hear her song. And I could feel her vibration through the words, but I could feel her come into the room energetically as I was sitting it was the most beautiful experience. I could feel her just running energy through my body, and it was amazing. It was amazing. And she recorded that album 13 or 14 years ago, Alicia. Like, it's been a
I think
while.
it was 2004.
Yeah. And here we are, 2018, in my living room, and it brought me to tears, sobbing tears, feeling her love in the vibration of her voice. Like, what a gift, right? What a gift. Yeah. It was beautiful. All right. Music? Anybody else want to talk about music?
I think that music is a beautiful bridge of oneness. And there's so many different frequencies in each of us. It's like we hold our own energy field, and music will has the potential to offer keys to open landscapes within our own field. It's beautiful.
Oh, say that again. Open keys.
Oh yeah, the music. It's like I kind of see it like like a geometry, and it's like, so imagine if we're a snowflake and we are wanting our geometry to expand. So the music, as the music comes in, depending on the tone, the frequency, as the music comes in, it offers its own geometry, and it's like a key. I kind of see it like a key, almost like a puzzle piece that fits in to your own geometry, and it expands, and so therefore you're able to see new landscapes. Does that make sense?
Yes. That's so beautiful.
Thank you.
I had an experience today that was really powerful, and I've had a similar experience with this one song, and every time I listen to it, but it feels like this, it's like the soundtrack of a movie, but I listen to it and I see myself as that character. And a lot of times when I'm listening to it, it's like this, this mundane task that I'm doing, and then we'll have like all these beautiful like undertones of like just this beauty and the simplicity of life. And I almost pulls me out of myself to almost like see myself in these little simple moments of in like this like, oh, look at the beauty of that, and in a way of how we're all connected in these little, like seemingly silly things. It's like I'm doing like data entry in a bunch of cubicles, but it was like this music that was added to it. It was like I can't explain it other than that. It's like when you're in like a movie scene. It's like a movie scene where it's like that. It's the beauty in those simple moments, and can kind of tap into that.
Yeah.
It's like brings you down into it. Like instead of like, oh, I'm just doing this thing, not really thinking about it. It's like one of these things that seems like, well, how present can you be in that? Like how present can you be in your cutting and pasting, like whatever, like, and just like coming down into it in a deeper way with music.
All right, I have another share. When I wrote the first book, I put those little sound integration circles because I would be writing a chapter or making an edit, and then the song would be playing because I always have music playing and it's always on shuffle. And I would hear the lyrics. I'm like, oh my God, that's exactly what I'm describing in the book. And so I'd quickly draw the little circle and I put the sound integration in there with the name of the song. And when I started working on this book, I'm like, I'm not going to do that. It's a lot of work. I don't have time for it. Like, this book is just going to be the stories. And so what has happened is I'll be typing. So like when I was transcribing the audios, the recordings into Word, I would have music playing in the background. and I'd literally be typing the words from the audio into my computer, and the exact word would be coming through on the song. Or it would talk, like I would be talking about how at this time we really need to trust source, and on the thing it would be saying lean on God, lean in God. Like it, I don't even know how to describe it. I would put a little parentheses in my Word document with like, here's a song that was playing, here's the lyrics that were coming through. It's just magic. It's just magic. Like that to me is like when we step into this flow and we just surrender, and we know there's this current that is carrying us that we don't control. We're just constantly surrendering. Then music shows up and timelines move, and like, I don't know if I said that well, but it's bliss. It's so good.
I love that you have those songs in the book, by the way. I'm sorry, it was a lot of work, but they are great.
They won't be in this book. But it's okay. Like they're in the vibration of the stories, you know, because all of that music, like it infuses the story. So good. Isn't it fun just to be together?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sarah, I'm so proud of you for talking too.
I know. I'm proud of me too, because let me tell you, it's not easy. I wanted to just be muted, but I'm feeling okay now. I feel better.
And the energy's moving.
Yes, the energy's moving. It's beautiful.
I feel like you're coming out of a closet. It's so exciting.
Yes, it's been a closet, but it was, and I feel like it was more than, it was a cocoon, and it was necessary. And I still crawl back in here and there, but beautiful.
Yes. It's time.
Yeah.
It's time.
Let me tell you, after your 11/11, that whole energy field, and then getting Alicia's CDs, anytime I started to dip down, I had a memory. I had, and music was able to vibrate me into that field. It was beautiful. So, Alicia, I sit and listen to your CDs all the time, because you have a healing tone in Wise Innocence, and it is beautiful. It is beautiful. And what's so fun is that, okay, I am not well read on mantras and things like that. But I resonate when I hear it, and I can feel it. So as I'm listening to your CD, I can feel, oh my gosh, this feels like such a root chakra, or this feels like a throat chakra. And as I look up the mantras, it correlates with what I'm feeling. It's so I can feel my intuition and my understanding of energy becoming upgraded. And it's like I'm practicing with your music. Oh my gosh, it's been surreal. So,
hey Rachel, I sent you some of Alicia's music, I think, for your van. Remember your?
Yeah.
Do you want to share with Alicia, since she's on at the same time as you?
Yeah, I've had really powerful moments with it, of like whatever the theme of the song was, of those being the like ahas that were coming through, or were on the same subject, the same area of whatever that was, you know. It's like but for me personally, you know, like things that I've been like trying to figure out or whatever, you know, it's like that's what the theme of the song is those ideas or subjects, and then those sort of solutions arising as I'm listening to the music. It's been really powerful.
I remember you saying you played it. Was it when your daughter was in the car? Like you?
I don't remember. I remember
us talking. I'm like, just start chanting. Just start chanting in the car. It'll change everything.
Yeah, so she was fussing. Yes.
They don't love it, but it works.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. I love that, Alicia, you were sharing this morning too about your little students and the way they were interpreting music.
Yeah, well, also it's so interesting what you were sharing, Rachel. Part of what I believe, because I've had the experience of sitting with a lot of really high vibrational people, whether they're teachers or they were chanting, and I've had the experience when I've been with my teacher Derek, where I feel like he's speaking to a room of like 150 people, but I feel like he's speaking directly to me, and he delivers exactly what I need to move through something I'm going through. And I used to feel like, oh my God, he can read everybody's mind, and he knows he's doing this. And what I've come to realize is that all he's actually doing is he's totally connected to his source.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone else can connect to their source and get the information or the healing or the vibration or whatever it is that they need. Except in this dimension, we think it's the person.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And so this is what now I'm experiencing. Like, thank God I have a teacher like Derek, because people have experiences with my music, which if I didn't have this experience as a student of a teacher, I would start to believe that it's me,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not me. And it's the same thing with Viv. I'll sometimes be in relationship to Viv and I'll feel like, oh my God, she's delivering exactly what I need. And it's because she's connected to source, or Tara does the same thing, or you do the,
Yes.
and so, and this, for me, this is the time we're in now. Everybody has the, like the ability to be connected to source. And in doing so, the community of people doing that, everybody's vibration rises, and then whole cities shift, and then whole countries shift, and whole continent shifts. And even if there's still lots of suffering, which there will still be so much more solution-based human connection. So like for me, that music, that's what's happening. And that's what like everybody's called to bring forth their version of it, whatever it is. It could be sitting in a cubicle doing data entry, but the consciousness that you have as you're doing it is your service to consciousness.
Yes.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I'd like to add one more thing.
You can add as much as you want to add. There's no limit.
So with taking what you just said, which is so perfectly spoken, I would add that each one, whether, how do I say this? It's like I see the energy. It's a matter of each one, no matter what they're saying, is of source.
Yes. 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 Yes.
It's no matter who is in front of you, no matter what they're saying, it is all of the same source. Does that make sense?
And you can focus on that and bring more of it out.
Yes.
Yes.
This is so good. Where have y'all been?
It's like you can listen and hear. You can hear what is coming through, and you can hear the distortions. But when you focus on still seeing that underneath, instead of focusing on the distortions, more of it comes through.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, so good.
Yes. Because each one of us is a reflection. Each one of us holds a key. Whoever is in your view holds the key, whether, and it is to expand. Yeah.
Yes. Because even it's like it doesn't really matter what's being said. There's still something there to receive from it.
Yes, because it's a reflection.
Even the most distorted thing. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I got my hand in the air. Amen. I used to have people say that when I would share some different things on Facebook, about source and God and life and love and souls, and I would have people go, "Amen." I was like, "Yes, amen."
Amen, sister.
I agree with it. Amen. Like, that is good. It is so good. Yeah. This is what the new earth looks like. It's this simple. It's literally like we just show up and we're real and we talk about topics and we create, and then new pieces are coming in and we're co-creating, and then we all expand because we're seen and we're validated and we're supported, and Tara can shake and we're like, it's okay. We're just going to sit here until we're done, and we can't wait to hear what you're going to say. It's good. And the next time you decide to join, you're going to be like, I got something to say. And your hands can be in the air. We'll be like, yes. It gets easier and easier.
Yeah.
More and more comfortable.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yes. I'm working through a lot of past life traumas, and it's been so interesting to take this journey to that. So this is definitely a big step.
Well done. Well done. And then really when you're in it, it's not even that hard, right?
Right, exactly.
Yeah, it's more the fear of it that, what if? I've been working through that with this book, because when I recorded it, I cried in almost every recording. I'm like, it's perfect. And then when I transcribed it, I'm like, whoa, I don't know how this is gonna go over. And then yesterday I finished one section and I just had this experience as I was editing. I'm like, this is a terrible book. I don't know, no one's gonna understand it. They're gonna think I made it up. Like, this is a really bad idea. It's like we can go through the whole gamut of humanity to divinity, and then back, and then messy in the middle, and really, yeah, the book's going to be published and people will receive it or not, and Alicia's going to make a record and people will love it or not, and Tara's going to start doing the, I don't know yet, whatever awesomeness is coming, and yeah, it's all okay. And Rachel?
Yeah.
Yes.
Rachel's going to do.
Tell me, what am I going to do?
I will not tell you. You will know. You will tell us. Yeah, it's happening.
Yeah. Talking about timelines, in my own life, I've always been able to see what the next step is. It's like, okay, and it's just, follow the flow. And I would say recently I've had to literally slow down because it's not right in front of me. I've had to slow down and feel inside and really dig deep in order to really see what I should do next. It's been interesting.
Yeah, I'm definitely there too. I cannot see whatsoever where I'm going. I cannot. And it's really a day by day. Where am I called now? What about now? What do I need? What now? and waiting to see where that's all, how it all weaves together. And there'll be moments, where it's like, oh, I didn't know that was, even coming, or, a possibility. But I'm learning a ton, and yeah, it's different. It's different.
It's like,
A lot of letting go of, I guess I didn't realize how much I needed to know what was coming or what was next, or, so there's been a big surrender there for sure. But it's funny, it's like in one way totally not knowing what's coming, but in another way, being a little more prepared and planning than I have before also. So it's like a sort of flip in, yeah, it's hard to explain. It's like a flip in the way that I'm going ahead. It's not knowing where I'm going, but it's being prepared as I go.
Well said. Yeah. I was talking to my husband about that yesterday or this weekend, and I was just saying everything's in place. Like, I think different people, Oprah, I've heard them say, luck is not luck. It's preparedness meeting opportunity. Something like that. It's like you're ready, and then when the opportunity arises, everything's in
place. Yes. I feel that.
And I said that to Brad. I'm like, okay, everything is almost in place. Like, I have all the parts and pieces where I want them, and I'm prepared. But where am I going to be in 6 months? I got no idea. But it's all ready.
Yeah.
I feel the same for you, Rachel. It's like all those little nuggets are creating a grid, and we just don't know yet what that grid is.
Yes. I have to hop off, guys. This has been really lovely, but I gotta go get my kids from their after-school.
Tell Drew Pie, give her hugs.
Okay, will do.
So glad you were here. Bye, honey.
Bye.
bye.
This is fun. I like when we all gather and talk. Alicia, any other reflections?
I'm just so happy. Wait, did I mute myself?
No, I heard you. We're just absorbing your happy.
Yeah, I'm just so happy. I loved what Rachel just said, actually, about, not knowing where you're going, but being prepared. And I feel I've never been so fully integrated and prepared and ready and excited for whatever's coming. And I'm making lots of plans, which is awesome because I love to make plans. And I'm also not attached. Like, every day, Gandhi has this great teaching, practice dying every day. And I feel like I'm doing that in a certain way. And it's kind of like, I think what Tara was talking about too, like all the fragments of your timelines. Like, I feel the most integrated I've ever been. And I know there's more integration coming, but it feels pretty awesome right now.
You're at the top. You're at the top of the figure eight. It's like as we move through all of our fragments, it's like the way I see it, it goes through this figure eight. And then we stay in that dimension as all of our aspects are integrating through this experience. It's like highs and lows, in breath, out breath, expand, contract. And then once we're at the top, we feel this bliss and we pop in to that next dimension, that next point. It's like, it's how I kind of see the energy flow. And so when you're at that bliss point, it's like, whew, but then you're at the bottom, not like you're at the bottom, because when you move up, it's still like you're that bliss is your low point, right?
You're at the bottom of the next eight.
Yeah, you're at the bottom of the next eight, which is, it's kind of
like the DNA strands. Remember, you've drawn that for me?
Yes. And and I kept looking at that saying, something's off. So what was off was the counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way through 12 is actually its own figure 8.
Oh, because it's turning as it goes?
Yeah, so yes, because it's turning, and so it's so hard. So as I'm seeing the energy go in my own life, and how it as you rise each aspect, as you're going through each aspect, it's going through the figure 8. So each dimension is its own figure 8. But and then each dimension carries its own dimensions. It's like layered and intertwined.
Yes. Yes. Each dimension carries its own dimensions because you're evolving as you're moving through that 8.
Yes.
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 That's so
Yes.
good.
I'm so happy you don't think I'm crazy. So.
That's so good. I could see it as you're describing it, and how triumphant it feels to be at the top of an 8, and yet you're just beginning the next one. It's beautiful.
And it's infinite. And see, what is so awesome is within that figure 8, whoever you see is also within that figure 8, because we're all in the same. We're all one. So as you're moving through, we each offer, we're each other's teacher and each other's student, because and it's all vibrational. It's all vibrational. So as you interact, who's in front of you? It's like they're your teacher and your student at the same time. And that's its own figure 8. Offer each other these nuggets. And then as you're moving up through the spiral, you're building a bridge. It's so beautiful.
Are you a visual artist, Tara?
No, I can barely draw a stick figure.
I want someone
to draw it.
To draw.
Yes.
It's extraordinary what you are communicating right now. Like it is to talk about a key. Like you have a key to deliver. You're delivering a key to me. You're basically like summarizing centuries of spiritual teachings. So
you know what's funny?
Yeah.
It's like I don't share this with anybody. Like my husband a little bit, because he can't understand. So you don't know how like blissful it is to meet people that when I'm able to describe what I'm seeing and what I'm experiencing, aren't looking at me thinking, okay, she really needs to be locked up.
No. We're like, she needs to talk more. She needs to share more. Don't lock her up. Open the door. Send her out into the world.
And Viv, you hold a space and talk about the energy of an elephant. It's like this peace, and you know how elephants are so nurturing and protective of their family? I feel that energy from you. It is this space, and it is vast. And you're like, anybody can come in and I will love you and see your essence.
Yes.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Thank you. Yes. So, I don't know if you saw this when you signed up to do it, but this is what I make into the public videos. So you have the option to say, not quite ready yet, and we won't share this one. But if you're ready, think about it and let me know. We'll transfer it into the YouTube video.
I don't care.
Saw that. Did you see that when you signed up?
No. I was in the back.
This is definitely a public video.
Well, Tara gets to decide, because I didn't know if she understood it when she signed up. So you get one out. This is your out. So you can think about it and let me know. If you decide you want to share it, it's going to go out like it normally does on my Tuesday videos. And if you don't want it shared, we'll keep this one. And then the next time you show up, it's going out.
No, absolutely. I have that. I don't have a problem. I mean, I feel honored to be on this call and able to speak.
And what
Thank
you're
you.
sharing
Thank
is
you for
beautiful.
holding that space.
It's beautiful.
Thank you. What you are, all of you are sharing is just enlightening. All of us. It's beautiful.
It's so good. All right. Any last reflections, words?
I think we should write a children's book, Viv the Elephant.
Yeah.
Viv the elephant.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that would be beautiful.
Well, I have to explain why. So, Tara posted this picture, oh my gosh, from a woman who is from South Africa. I actually posted on that picture, Tara, and told her how much I love the image and that I've made it the screensaver on my phone, and she responded. And like, it's just amazing to see the connections form. But in the picture, there's this tree trunk and then this elephant, and the elephant is like leaning against the tree, but they are complete mirrors of each other. The gray, the white, the tusk, everything, like it's just incredible. So Tara posted that and I saw it and I'm like, oh my gosh, like that is how I want life to be. The animals and the trees and the plants and earth and everyone coming into unity with such grace. And so I put it on my phone, and then I was working on the book and I had this stone that I've had for 4 years, sitting. Oh, here, I have it right here. So I had the stone sitting by the side of the computer, and I looked at it, and all of a sudden I saw the elephant. I saw the elephant in the stone, and I took a picture and I sent it to Tara. I'm like, Tara, do you see the elephant? And she's like, I do. But then I asked my son, he's like, I don't. So I posted it on one of the videos, one of the podcast videos. I think it was Friday Delights maybe. I posted the picture. So if you're watching this video, you can look at that and see if you see the elephant in it. But after that, Tara just was really kind and sent some information about elephants over to me, which elephants are one of my animal totems. So yeah, elephants.
So when I saw that picture, so everything, I felt into this energy and I thought of Viv. And I thought, that's so interesting. So the tree holds the energy of it. It's like the spirit of the lost elephant tribe. That's what was reflecting, and that's what is how I read the energy. So when I saw that, I saw the tree holding. See, trees are so like wise, and they hold energy and spirits and nature spirits, and they're all maintaining this beautiful grid for us. So when I saw that picture, I saw this elephant leaning into this tree, just like feeling the connection of the lost tribe, of, you know, the ones who have moved on, and that connection. It's like, oh, I'm so happy to reconnect. I see you. So I thought of Viv, and I thought, wow, this is such a beautiful picture. So I was looking up the photographer, and I saw the photographer was from Africa.
South Africa.
And I thought, oh my gosh, that's the link, that's the connection. And this is why you came from Africa, is because you are holding that vibration. And I can't verbalize the vibration because I just experienced it. So I actually friended the photographer, and I thought, I want to see more of her work and more of what she's doing. And so it was so weird that you sent me the picture of the elephant, and I thought, yes, that's exactly what I saw.
Yes. The lost tribe. Oh my gosh, when you said that, I didn't see that in the, yes.
Yep.
I love
Do you see how it's all like unfolding?
Yeah.
It is so beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yes. And we're all finding each other. Like the tribe is starting to come together.
Yes, the families meet, and it's beautiful.
Yes. Yes. uh, I'm filled up. How about you guys?
Oh, me too. I'm pretty much speechless.
Alicia,
I have a great song to finish.
Okay.
You ready? Well,
Yeah.
but I don't know if I can. Hang on, let me see if I can get it on my phone, and then I'll sing it along with it, and we can all sing along with it.
Do you want to turn your video on?
Are we allowed to do that?
Of course you're allowed to do that.
No, I mean, like it's somebody else's song.
Oh, I don't usually share other people's songs unless I have their permission. Like you. Do you want
If I just sing it like it's not their actual song, is that allowed?
I don't know. Does it feel right to you?
We are family. I got all my sisters. Sister Sledge. We are family.
That one feels okay.
Come on. Yeah, we're going to jam to that this weekend.
Come on, everybody, and sing.
Yeah, sing it, Tara.
Oh, I adore you guys. Thank you for being here with me. That was so fun.
So fun.
So much fun. All right. I am sending you off into your evening with tons and tons of love. Mwah.